lock and load, Allen Pounds. It's the Allen Pounds Show. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Pounds Show. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Pounds Show. Where we lock and load. It's the Allen Pounds Show. Where we lock and load. Come on. Where we lock and load, Allen Pounds. It's the Allen Pounds Show. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Pounds Show. Where we lock and load. Come on. It's the Allen Pounds Show. Where we lock and load. It's the Allen Pounds Show. Where we lock and load. Come on. Welcome to another edition of the Allen Pounds Show, live on a Wednesday night. Lot to discuss tonight. MLB playoffs are live. We will update you on what's going on. One series has ended, and we got other games that's going on. We will break down the Bears' victory over the Panthers and look forward to the London game against the Jaguars. NCAA, we will have an analyst come on breaking down all the upsets that happen in NCAA. We got a big fight going on this weekend, Saturday, light heavyweight division, and WNBA finals is coming. So we will discuss all those things. I got my guy Vic in the building.
Yo, what up?
Yeah, man. So look, we're gonna get right into it, and we have our other guys coming on in a second, man. But MLB playoffs are live in effect. Let's see. The Mets closed out the Phillies 3-1, and I'm just looking at, man, these playoffs, man, it's so unpredictable, bro. Like, you can have all the stars that you want to have, but it does not matter when it comes to baseball. So just looking at the series and what's going on, man, what do you think about the Mets moving on and what's and the games that's going on right now?
Man, the Mets kind of shocked me, bro, because the Phillies looked so good all season long, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just really thought the Phillies were going to take that series. But like you said, bro, you and I know when it comes down to Major League Baseball playoffs, bro, whoever gets hot towards the end of the year, usually right now, you know what I'm saying, be advancing on to these things like that, though, bro. So it was kind of shocking, bro. But the other one that I was kind of proud of was where the Tigers came from, and now being with their chance to go to the to the ALCS, though, bro. Like, literally, I remember we welcomed Javier Baez back to Chicago. The Tigers were well under 500 at the time. Well under 500 at the time.
And I was looking for him on a roster. I don't even is he on the postseason roster?
He's injured.
Okay.
It's like literally once he got injured, they took off. Not trying to be funny or nothing. Once he got injured, they took off, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me look. I'm gonna look at the scores and see what's going on, because last time, I think the last game just got started, the Padres and Dodgers. The Royals and Yankees are 2-2. I know when Mike come on, he gonna be talking about that. I know he's excited about that. I hope, man. Listen, I hate the Yankees. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I hate the Yankees. I'm rooting for the Royals. First of all, the Royals got jobbed at game one with that stolen base on second base, and clearly showed that dude was out, and it seemed like some home field advantage. So I hope that the Royals give them the business.
Yeah, I'm not a Yankee fan either, and I'm not a Dodger fan either. I can't wait. I hope the Padres go ahead and knock them out. Like, I'm not even fans of them, bro. So I'm kind of on the same page with you, though. Like, they want to see the Yankees-Dodgers World Series. That's what they want to see. But see, the other teams are not just gonna bow down and lay out like that. Like, bro, the Mets and the Padres both have better pitching than the Dodgers. Both.
And the Padres have like good players. Like
Thunder. They got Thunder in their lineup. Machado, Tatis. Yeah, they got some Thunder in their lineup, bro. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so it's not going to be easy for these big market teams who thought that they could just, have all
buy the World Series. Thought they could buy the World Series. Yeah, absolutely.
And the Padres, they're not a small market as well, and they put some money into that team. They might not be as much as the Dodgers, but they got some ringers to compete. And so
yes, they do.
I'm liking
yes, they do. Yes, me too, bro. I just love every time the Dodgers lose. I love it, bro. I love it. I love to see them lose, bro. I do.
I don't hate the Dodgers as much as I hate the Yankees.
Okay.
I hate the Yankees more.
Okay.
The Dodgers, I like Shohei. I like Betts. Like, I like some of their players. So for me, it's not as that much hatred. But the Yankees, I hate them.
Now, see, that's different for me though, because I always liked Derek Jeter. I've been a fan of his because I'm a baseball fan. I always liked Derek Jeter. I always liked Jorge Posada. These were like just guys I like, but I never was a Yankee fan. But I would give those guys their props. And my favorite Yankee was Alfonso Soriano, and he wound up coming to the Cubs. Yeah.
Everyone who's watching, y'all share the live. If you're watching the MLB playoffs, who are you rooting for? What's your thoughts on the MLB playoffs? The Padres and Dodgers is about to get started. They got an 8:08 start time. Yankees and Royals are tied 2-2 in the middle of the sixth. And the Tigers won over the Guardians to take a 2-1 lead, and then the Mets closed out the Phillies. So we got some series that's closed out, and we still got some series going on. So when Mike comes on, I know he want to discuss the Royals. So
he gonna come in. You know he gonna come in loud.
He probably glued to the screen right now, especially with it being 2-2. So we would definitely stay posted with that. But we're gonna keep the show moving, and when the other guys come on, because I got other guests coming on for later on as well. But I want to let's get to these Bears, man. Let's get to these Bears because they had a good win. They won 36-10 over the Panthers, and Caleb Williams looked like he's progressing, but also it's the Carolina Panthers. So it's like, how much can you take away? What was your takeaway from the game and the Caleb Williams progression?
All right, bro. That's a professional team out there. You don't pick the schedule. You don't pick who's hurt on their team at the time that you play them or anything like that. Like, what you do is show up and you put forth your best effort. And that's all I can ask for out of the Bears. I don't care who they play. I don't care if it was Carolina. I don't care if it was the 0-16 Lions from back in the days. Like, a win is a win. Like, we ain't in no position to be judging wins or say this is like, oh, this is Carolina. Who are we? We ain't been nowhere. We ain't made the playoffs in 4 years. Like, the Bears ain't nobody to be poking their chest out around saying, oh, this is just Carolina. Nah, man, I ain't buying that. That's a professional team over there with some professional players, and the Bears look good against them. Yeah. And what I want to say about that is I'm just not looking at it at the past. I'm looking at how well the Bears have played week to week, how they progressed from the first game to the second game on offense, the third game to the fourth to the fifth. Caleb Williams and his offensive and these players have gotten better every week. If you watch the games, you see that. That's clear as day. And that's all I can ask for. That's all I can ask for.
That's true. I don't know if you remember. I said this, I think, game one of the season or right before the season. I said around this game that Caleb Williams will have his breakout game because I was looking at the schedule. He's a rookie, and then the Panthers are terrible. So I said around this game he will have a breakout game. Now, this is the game where he actually got the numbers without the turnovers, and I felt like they was more meaningful numbers than the ones that he had, I think, against the Texans when he had over 300 yards. I think it was 2 touchdowns but 2 interceptions. They were down, and so I think this game was more meaningful. What's your take about his numbers during this game?
I mean, 33 for 52 in that first game, 20 for 29 in the second game. First game he was 2-2 with turnovers and touchdowns. This game he was 2 touchdowns, no turnovers, no fumbles, no anything. He's taking care of the ball. So that's what I'm looking at more for. This was his best game of the year so far. This past game was his best game of the year so far. I don't care about that he had more passing yards. If you watch the game, I was at the game. He was in full control of this game, bro. The huddle, the sideline. He was in full control all day, bro. Like, even when the Bears went down, I was looking at the Bears sideline, and he was the main one guy up running around pumping the guys up, like telling them, like, be cool, we got this. So I kind of like that. Yeah, I kind of like that, bro. Like, it's the same thing with him and the team. It's like the coalition with him and the team, they tied in together. The better he play, the better the team play.
Yeah, I like what I saw from him. But I do push back a little bit because the level of competition. I listen. I like you say, it's the NFL. It's no pushovers. It's the NFL squad, and I can appreciate the win. I just was looking at like when people DeAndre Swift. I still don't think he's a between the tackle running back, even though he had a pretty good game against the Panthers. I think he broke one against the Panthers, but the level of competition, he's not going to do that against higher competition teams. I like him as a player. He can do multiple things, running, catching, but he's not a between the tackles running back. And some of my notes is the O-line played better. Braxton Jones wasn't getting pushed in Caleb Williams' lap every drop back. So that's a plus. Once again, is that more improvement or the quality of the opponent? And see, that's what you have to look at. I think it was quality of the opponent, to be honest. Because when he played against some dogs, that's the DNs, he was getting pushed back. And I don't think that with Braxton, it's more of progressing for him. He know he's not a rookie. He know what the left tackle position entails. It's just talent versus talent. He played against lesser talent against Carolina. In other games, he played against better talent, and he got pushed back. So that's what I think. What's your take?
I mean, I can agree with that though too. But you know what I took though, bro? I went back and looked at the Carolina Panthers, even with the games that they were losing before they played us. Bro, they put the red rifle in them. They put up 30 points back-to-back week before they got to us. So you know, that's why I took that into consideration too. Like, man, you know what I'm saying? I get it, but what if this guy Andy Dalton would have came out there and had a good game against us or whatever? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. I just took it like that though. I get it. It is the Carolina Panthers, and they were injured, bro. Like some of the guys that they were running out there, I had no idea who they were. Like literally, I followed their team just because of the trade with the Bears. So I'm trying to see who some of these guys is. They got gone. Brian Burns no longer there. DJ Moore no longer there. I'm like, I don't think there's anybody there from when DJ Moore was there. Except for maybe like two guys on the offensive line or something like that, I think. But I think everybody else, they did clean house up. So I'm with you. I will say this. The Carolina Panthers are the worst team in football. They are. They have been. I will say that. We can't sit here and act like, oh, yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? But like you and I said, you can only play who's on the schedule. You can only play who's on the schedule. But, yeah, bro, we got to the jury's still out on old Mr. Braxton Jones. I'm with you, bro. The jury's still out on that brother, bro. Jury's still out on him.
I was worried about the red rifle coming in here and doing something. But at the same time, the defense has been the one constant with this Bears team. The defense has balled out all season. No ifs and buts about it. So am I shocked that the Bears defense shut them down? No, because they didn't been balling out all season. And so I was a little worried, but then again, I'm not shocked that the Bears did a number on Andy Dalton.
Bro, they show what I'm taking from it is though, bro, is that me just as a fan, bro, and I don't want to overhype my team, but what I have to do is stop comparing teams when they play other teams to the Bears defense, because you're gonna get you're gonna get something totally different. I don't care who you are. And I'm looking at San Francisco and these teams like that is who that the Panthers and the Bengals, you know what I'm saying? Some people's Super Bowl contenders in these respective conferences, these teams putting up 30 points on them, you know what I'm saying, back-to-back weeks. Yeah. So, yeah.
So let's look forward to the Sunday game, 8:30 in London against the Jags. The Jags hasn't been good this year. That's a winnable game. It's in London. Jaguars 1-4. I think if they win this game going into the bye, we are looking good. What are you looking forward to with this game, Jaguars and Bears in London?
Bro, I am looking, because I watched the Jaguars, bro, and I am looking for Keenan Allen to eat this week. I'm looking for the breakout game from Keenan Allen. Yeah, I'm looking for him to eat this week, because I'm just looking at what they do. They like to come down. They like to come down and challenge, man. They trying to stop your run game because they so bad in it that they have to keep 10 in the box, and they open up plays for you in the passing game, though, bro. I just look for Keenan Allen to have a big game, and I look for the Bears to win convincingly.
Wow, convincingly and breakout for Keenan Allen. I like what you did there. I'm going to have to clip that up and ask the people, is this the game where we see a Keenan Allen breakout? Because he's been silent. We know he's been injured a little bit. He had, I think, 33 yards this past game. We've seen a little bit more of him. So, I mean, he's due. That's a good prediction. I mean, I might have to go in my betting app and bet the over on Keenan Allen based on my man Victor prediction around here. Man, well, hopefully you can win me some money around here, you know what I'm saying? But
I look, because I mean, that's kind of like, much as I want to lean on a run game, we run to pass. We don't run just to run and be effective and smash mouth football people. We run and set up the pass. So the last couple of weeks, I've seen more and more in the first half. We going to DeAndre Swift, and he's been able to get a few runs and get the run game going. Eventually, guys going to have to start cheating up to that box, and that's when a guy like Keenan Allen going to be money in that slot working that short game. It's not going to even have to be the deep game. It's going to be that short game because he's just so money with his hands. Like, we have not even seen him yet here as a Bear. We haven't really saw him as a Bear yet, bro. And I just know it's coming. I just know it's coming against this poor pass defense of the Jaguars. I just know it's coming, bro. I'm telling you. Him and DJ gonna eat this game, bro. It's gonna be a 2-man show.
In my same game parlay, I will be betting the over on Keenan Allen and DJ Moore. What about Rome Odunze? You got anything for him?
Bro. Hey, bro. I hope Caleb been back watching film, bro. Our third play on offense, we was in like 3rd and 14 last week. Shane Waldron called up a play, bro, to get us the chance. Odunze right off the line, can do one move, literally, bro. He's behind the defense. We like, Caleb, throw the ball. He checked it down to Keenan. Keenan wound up getting like 12 yards instead of 14, which I get it. But Caleb, if he just be a little bit more patient, we always on Shane Waldron's butt about his play calling right there, but he called a great call on that on the 3rd and long. Called a great call to have Rome Odunze streaking up the middle of the field right by himself, and Caleb just he took the short safe throw. So it is what it is.
Shane Waldron hasn't been terrible. It's just been a few moments. You know what I'm saying? Now, I think as Bear fan, we are hard. We have seen some horrible coordinators. So,
hey, bro, that Texans game we didn't get any points down there in the 5-yard line. Yeah, we were all sour on him after that, bro. Yeah, that game. Then you turn around the next week and do the same thing in Indianapolis. We go for them 4th down and we don't get it. And some of these terrible calls, like get Roschon in there, run between the tackles instead of DeAndre Swift, bro. DeAndre Swift literally said, bro, to point out your point about running between the tackles, he said himself he lost 20 pounds. He's not in between tackles. He said he wanted to be a speed back. He said himself when he came here. He said last year in Philadelphia, he played at 220. He's 205 here.
Yes. So
not in between the tackles. You see what happened the last couple of weeks when they incorporated Roschon, the run game got a little bit more physical with him because I'll be worried about young brother, but getting the concussions because we know that's been his history since he moved to Bear. But I can't be upset the way he played. He run hard. He come out there, but he's not tiptoeing. He's seeing the hole. He hitting it. And if somebody there, he running them over. He ain't trying to dance around and do all that.
Right. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I am a little nervous about this game because I know the Jaguars are desperate. They're 1-4, and one of the scariest things to play against is a desperate team. And so they're 1-4. They're trying to get back in the fold. We know that on paper they are decent. They lost some players, but they still, Trevor Lawrence is still a high first-round draft pick. They still got some players over there, so I think it's still a dangerous team. We're going to London, the time difference, and all of that, all those things is going to be interesting to see. And we still got a rookie quarterback, and so he's going over to another country to play at an 8:30 game, and so that all of that factors in is, you never know what's going to happen.
So at this point, when is he going to stop being a rookie? After game 17? I mean, he didn't probably see just about everything already in 5 weeks.
I would beg to differ on that. Not yet.
Okay. These are questions that I'm asking because literally, like, this is what our GM was on record today saying that our quarterback is right where he need him to be.
Okay.
This come from the GM today. So this is why I ask you these questions because you and I, we playing GM.
Right.
Yeah. So you said you feel differently. Okay.
Now that you say, when did he stop being a rookie? That's a great question. So now I'm going to look at the schedule. So we got the London game, got the bye week. I say he won't stop being a rookie until after that first Minnesota game. And that's in, I think, the Thanksgiving game. Or not Thanksgiving, but the week before Thanksgiving. The game before Thanksgiving. That Sunday, November 24th. That game is going to be the one. And KC is in the building. Thank you for joining the show, brother.
What's up, man?
Your Royals are in the dog fight right now, man. I want to bring it back to you. I know you paying attention to them. How you feeling about your Royals against the Yankees right now? You told me after they got jobbed in game 1 that they were going to win 3 straight. They took home field advantage, and last time I checked, it was tied 2-2. How you feeling about your Royals?
I feel real good, man. It's 2-2. It's the bottom of the top of the 7th. So they got Judge coming up. They just seen they just switching out from Long. They didn't want him to face Judge, so we bringing in another one of our starters, Singer, our 4th starter. So I feel pretty good, man.
That's good. Other than that, what's your thoughts around the rest of the playoffs? The Phillies lost to the Mets. The Mets closed them out, and Tigers got the 2-1 lead over the Guardians in their series. So if y'all do win, right now it's looking like y'all would be playing the Tigers, which I think would be a good matchup for y'all as well. How you feeling about that?
Man, I would love that. I got a lot of family from Detroit. I know they would love that too. Yeah, man. I mean, it's the year of the underdog, man. You know what I'm saying? The favorites is I think in this series the Yankees are the last one standing. Well, I guess you would say Cleveland because Detroit hadn't beat them yet. But
Yeah,
I mean, the underdogs are leading in the series. You know, most series this one's tied. You know, Kansas City and the Yankees. So we'll see after tonight. But yeah, man, it's the year of the underdog, man. I like it, man. The Mets, that boy Lindor hit that grand slam. Boy, that
yeah.
place went crazy.
Crazy.
So
Crazy.
I like what I'm seeing from, you know, small market, you know, teams like Kansas City and Detroit, you know,
Yes.
even Cleveland themselves, you know, so that's nice.
And that's the same thing with me and Vic was saying. Like when it comes to the playoffs, and especially MLB, man, like the big payrolls don't mean nothing. It means absolutely nothing in the playoffs. We got Black Butterfly Pod checking in on Facebook, says go Tatis. So I guess he rooting for the Padres, and
Oh yeah.
they got a series going on right now with the Dodgers. Baseball has the best playoffs. I don't know about that, brother. I like your enthusiasm with MLB, but I don't know if they got the best playoffs. I would say this: the energy does change. The atmosphere does change in the MLB playoffs. The atmosphere is crazy, but I don't know if I'm ready to say the best. But being that he said that, I would like to ask y'all who got the best playoff atmosphere as far as the
Now,
sport.
this is just me personally, bro. Like I've been to a couple NCAA tournament games. It's nothing like it. Nothing like it for me. Experience. And I've been to professional Chicago Bulls playoff games, all this kind of stuff. Boy, was it nothing like going to that NCAA tournament game, bro. Back when Eli and I made that run, bro. Oh my goodness, man. There's nothing like it. So to me, it's the field. It's the NCAA tournament. Right behind that is the MLB playoffs. That's me. That's me. But to me, it's the six. It is. It's the tournament of 64, bro. It's just like shorting them out there fighting from the beginning to the end because they know ain't no the mind, ain't no 2-1, ain't no taking no 2-1 series lead, and you go down 0-1, you're done.
Black Butterfly Process is not even close. Every pitch counts. NBA, NFL has bad calls. You don't have bad calls in MLB. I don't even watch MLB to the playoffs. That's not true because we just had a bad call game one. Me and Casey were just talking about that when the Royals got jobbed in game one. So I disagree with
at second base, absolutely.
It was just a couple bad strikes called on us just a few minutes ago.
Yeah. So for me, I would say, I guess because I'm biased, I have not been to an MLB playoff game yet, and I have not been to the NCAA, but I have been to a football playoff when the Bears lost to the Packers. When Jay Cutler got injured and Caleb Haney had to come in. That I went to that game, and bro, even though it was cold, bruh, the NFL playoff scene, and I think that was the NFC Championship game that I went to.
Yes,
That
it
year?
was. That was the NFC Championship game you went to. 2011. 2011. That's the NFC Championship game you went to. Oh, that was sweet. That was nice, bro. That was nice.
I went to that, bro. Froze my butt off, but it was worth every snot nose that I had. That it was worth it, bro. And so I guess I'm biased because I went there, but I know that the MLB playoff atmosphere is different. I just haven't been there just yet. I haven't been there just yet. So I got to make it. I got to make it to the MLB and I got to make it to the NCAA. Mike, what do you think about who got the best atmosphere to you?
Well, I don't want to say hands down, you know, because I haven't been to MLB and or NCAA. I've been to plenty of Kansas City playoff games, so I like the atmosphere of football. So I would have to just go with football because that's the only one I've been a part of. But I'm sure, I mean, I'm watching this baseball. I love watching baseball around this time, even when the Royals are not in it. It just makes it that much better when your team is actually in the postseason. But watching these crowds go crazy, you know,
Yeah,
there's nothing like it.
yeah, for sure. Hey, I wanna move on to some news that happened. I think was it today that Robert Saleh got fired. Yesterday or today, I forget. But he got
I think it was
fired.
today. I think it was today.
Hello.
Too. He
Hey,
got
kid.
fired from the Jets, and everybody trying to find out how did it happen. Was Aaron Rodgers involved? The owner said it was solely on him, but then it's stories that come out that said he met with Aaron Rodgers a few days before, and so it's a lot. And Aaron Rodgers came out today to refute that he had anything to do with it. To me, it was too early. I know they ain't playing well, but it's too early to fire him. Like it's not even they're not out of the playoffs just yet, and I don't put the blame on him. I put the blame on the offense, if anything. But what are y'all thoughts about Saleh getting fired and how it all went down? Vic, what you think?
I mean, it kind of feels like he got shafted a little bit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like he was made out to be the scapegoat for their failures. For basically Rodgers getting injured last year and then coming back this year looking bad. You know what I'm saying? He's being the scapegoat for everything that's going on down there. Like, damn, you're gonna fire the man, bro. Not even like you didn't give him half the season, you didn't give him 8 games or something before you fired him. You gave him like 4 or 5, and then like, man, he gone. Just to me, it got Aaron Rodgers writ all over it, bro. That's just me personally. It got Aaron Rodgers writ all over it. Like he didn't really like Saleh, and it just shows when he had to come out with this press conference like same day. Oh man, I love the guy, but it had nothing to do with me. Sada, yada yada yada, bada 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 bam, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like Aaron Rodgers is not a good person. That's what I'm saying. He's just not. He keeps showing us that. Like, dude is a jerk, bro. Like it is, and I'm pretty sure this was all him. That's just me. I'm pretty sure that was all him.
And I agree that he definitely had a major part in it. And when I seen him on an interview with Pat McAfee, he got to talking about, me and Saleh got a great relationship, and it's bigger than football. His kids got to go to school. Man, what are you talking about? Why are you talking about his kids going to school and what they're gonna have to deal with? Man, don't nobody care about none of that. You trying to change the narrative because you had something to do with it. Mike, what you think? What you think about this whole situation?
Yeah, I definitely think Saleh got the short end of the stick, man. He's not out there calling the plays, and he's not out there throwing the football, and he's not out there blocking. I know they put a lot on the head coach, but I feel like the general manager should have been gone too, if that's the case, because he ain't really done too much of nothing either. You know what I'm saying? That's my thinking. Like I think Saleh was a good coach. The defense wasn't the problem. The defense kept him in games. It's the offense wasn't doing anything. He's not offensive head coach. So how is he getting, blamed for that stuff? So yeah, no, I think it's all Rodgers. I think he got the short end of the stick, but I think he'll be a good coordinator again, or it might be another head coaching job. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like he did anything wrong to, not get that opportunity again.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Vic.
What I was about to say, bro, is like, to me, I look at the Jets roster and they kind of did the opposite of what the Bears did. If you really look what I'm saying, like they drafted all these guys early, you know what I'm saying, and didn't draft a quarterback. You took Gardner, you took Wilson in the same draft. You took a quarterback in Zach Wilson, but listen, you never build up around him. You never build up the offensive line because you saw when Rodgers came last year with the same thing. Like, they remind me of kind of like how the Bears were doing things before we got paced. Like, they feel that they were just going to out-skill position everybody. And when we know the NFL is a game of trenches, that's where you win and that's where you lose at. And that's where they losing at on offense in the trenches. They can't get the running game going, and they got one receiver.
Yeah. It's Black Butterfly Policies. I have to say this. That was what the Bears used to be, being that the Jets is a circus. Bears have moved into a better direction. That's a pure circus. It's a pure circus. It's a pure circus. Like, it is. Bro, the Jets are 2-3. They're nowhere near being out of the playoff picture or just being done, especially in the AFC East. Come on, bro. Tua got a concussion. The Bills just got shellacked 2 games in a row. And the Patriots are terrible. So why would you fire him? Why would you fire him in this division? Like, you bringing instability to a situation that you didn't have to because the division is terrible. It's ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous. Black Butterfly Paul says somebody made a great point today. When Manning went to the Broncos during lockout, he met with the receivers in an undisclosed location. to build chemistry. I seen that on ESPN too. They was talking about how Aaron Rodgers, he didn't come to minicamp. The mandatory part, he didn't come.
No.
And they made a point, like when Brady and Manning was going to their different squads at the end of their career, they were still going, meeting up with the quarterbacks, even breaking rules to a point, to build that chemistry. And Rodgers, especially coming off an injury with all these new players, he didn't do it. And so that's possibly part of the reason why stuff ain't working out. But I don't believe Robert Saleh deserved to be fired, and I do believe it's a circus.
Yeah, that's for sure, man. The big circus, man, and Aaron Rodgers a clown. So they done gave this guy so much to put him up on a high pedestal. This, that. Hey, man, my man hasn't won anything since he won the Super Bowl. He was getting beat in the NFC Championships game year after year at Seattle, at home. Let San Francisco come in there and beat you. Let Brady come in and dominate the NFC his first year there.
Right.
So don't talk to me that you one of the greats, man. You haven't, you really declined. After you won the Super Bowl, it almost really declined. You won the MVP, maybe a throwing title, passing title, but that wasn't winning championships.
Hey, he's a
so I
stat
think a lot
stuffer,
of
bro.
it is on Rodgers. He's a diva, man.
Stuffer. He's a stat stuffer. He got all these great stats, but his playoffs is totally different. Like literally, the man got I want to say his whole career down in Green Bay, they made the playoffs like maybe 10 times, and he got 3 playoff wins. 2 of them came in the Super Bowl year.
Yeah.
2 of them came in the Super Bowl year. Again, and one of them was against Caleb Haney. One of them was against Caleb Haney for 3 quarters.
Right.
You couldn't even make it back to the Super Bowl. You couldn't even get back there to lose. Better let alone win. You couldn't even get back there.
He couldn't even get back there,
overrated,
man.
Overrated as ever, bro. That dude just a jerk, bro. He's just a jerk, man.
Overrated.
Yeah.
I think the Jets is just snake bitten. They just one of those franchises, man, that just they can't get right, man. Because you look at they had Sam Darnold. Now look at him. You know what I'm saying? So they wasn't either. They were just running a bad organization. I mean, the organization just ran bad.
Didn't they have Geno Smith too? Didn't the Jets have Geno Smith at one time too?
They didn't give him a chance to develop. And now look at Sam Darnold.
Right.
Didn't they have Geno Smith too? Didn't the Jets have Geno Smith at one point? Wasn't he their quarterback?
Yeah, he leading the league in passing right now.
Come on. Come on. It's an organization. They one of the people, we always talk about the Raiders and some of these other people, but if you pay attention to the Jets, they ain't never had no consistency of winning either since I've been alive, bro. Not the 70s, not the 80s, not the 90s. They don't have no consistency where you say, oh, man, it's the Jets. They've been to the playoffs 5-6 years in a row. I've never saw that. Never saw that.
Moving on, the Vikings and Chiefs stay undefeated. Mike, how you feeling about the Chiefs? They keep finding ways to win. We've seen a Juju Smith-Schuster sighting. They just continue to find a way how to win, man. I know it's a good feeling when your team is finding ways to win. How you feeling about the Chiefs and them staying undefeated?
Man, I never wavered, man. Of course, you upset, that you lose a Rice, you lose a Pacheco, but I never wavered, man. You still got Pat Mahomes and Andy Reid, and we got a coaching staff. We got good offensive coordinators. Even your boy Nagy, man. Nagy ain't been doing too bad. I think he was just he probably just wasn't a good head coach, but he's playing his role. We got Spags, the other assistant coaches. It's about coaching, man, getting guys ready and prepared. People don't, follow the Chiefs like, maybe I do. So, the ins and outs, they prepare the backups to be starters because you never know when it's your turn. And then when they get the shot, they keep rolling. They keep running their offense. They don't have to really do too much too much different. They just keep rolling. It might not be your stars that you accustomed to. And you can throw people in like Juju and Carson Steele and bring Kareem Hunt back, and he remembered the system. He's right back on the horse for 27 carries for 100 yards. So it's a system. Then the defense, they don't give the Chiefs defense enough credit, and that's fine. They'll just keep steamrolling you. You know what I'm saying? into another championship, hopefully.
Yeah, they playing well, man, and also the Vikings stay undefeated. Vic. They in our division. We're gonna have to deal with them. They finding ways to win. How you feeling about them Vikes staying undefeated?
Man, they beat they beat the Packers. I'll have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? I'll have no problem with that already this year. My problem with them though was just watching this last game, bro. It was a couple plays that they offense gave to the other opposing defense that they didn't take advantage of though. You know what I'm saying? This like the Vikings this last game wasn't their greatest.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
But I mean, you look at the talent, Jordan Addison. I mean, we all know about Justin Jefferson. You got Jones, but the thing about that, he got injured. He may be out for. He may be going to injured reserve. We won't know yet for a few days. But you know what I'm saying? He was the reason that their offense would look so good. Not saying that he was the better player because we all know Justin Jefferson's probably the best wide receiver in the NFL. We already know that. Yeah. But their screen game has been keeping a lot of pressure up off of Sam Darnold on different things like that. And when he went out of that game, they offense did not look the same, bro. The Minnesota offense did not look the same. So, like I said, I'm just gonna let the games play out and see if they continue to do it. Like I said, I saw some things that other teams could take advantage of, but at the same time, they still putting up points. Like they just still putting up points every week, though. Man, that receiving core, that offensive line giving Donald time, man. He ain't making too many mistakes right now. He playing, you know what I'm saying? He's being smart with the football.
Listen, that defense is causing turnovers too, man. You know, they caused Aaron Rodgers to throw 3 picks, and that defense is making it easy for the offense. So I'm worried, you know, like I'm concerned when the Bears play against that defense. I'm not worried about our defense. I'm worried about our offense. And so that's what I'm worried about. We got a question on Facebook. Says, are the Bears going to the playoffs? Just a question. We will hope so. We hope so. If we win this game against the Jags in London, we 4-2 going into the bye. It's a good time. It's a good time. But we will see. And hopefully they do. I want to move on, man. I want to move on to some college football, man, because there was a whole bunch of upsets. And I got a guy that's real deep into college football. He got me watching more. And I know he's a little distraught right now with his Alabama Crimson Tide losing. But he still agreed to come on. Mr. Devontae Piggy, thank you for coming on, my brother. I know it's a tough time for you right now with your number one.
That's how we starting.
I'm just saying, I hope your kids consoled you before you came on and got you right so you can take care of business as being the college football analyst that you are. What happened to Alabama and why so many upsets this week?
Man, I think we was coming off that high of the week prior with that, win to Georgia. We got off to a fast start, got up on them 28-0. They made it interesting at the end, but, we made a clutch play with our freshman, Ryan Williams, to go back and get that touchdown. Then also another freshman, they got the pick at the end. But I think they, was feeling themselves off that win and, not coming ready. And Vanderbilt is not, the Vanderbilt of years in the past.
Right.
They got NIL money as well. So they jumped in the portal and got them the quarterback from Vandy. So when you got a quarterback, hey, anything is possible. But they just had a tough time with that triple option, seeing who got the ball, and he had some good fakes, and we just couldn't stop the run on defense for anything. And when you get off to a bad start, they marched down the field, got a touchdown right off the back. Our first series throw a pick six. So immediately in the first quarter, you down 14-0. You got to work your way out of that hole.
Yeah.
Now you're giving a team that shouldn't have been on the field with you you gave them life, and they playing different. You just couldn't stop it. You just couldn't stop it. So hopefully that was the wake up call. And that prepares us going until this week and the weeks going, because we got South Carolina this week, and they not again, when you're an SEC play, hey, every week you got to show up, so there's really no weeks off. And you have seen that so far with this college football season.
That's a great point that you made as far as sometimes you get up for the big game, but then once you get past that, you have a letdown. We see it all the time in the NFL. The I forget the name they call it, but you play down to the competition sometimes after a big win versus a big school. It was a lot of upsets, man.
Yeah.
What is going on with how many upsets it were? Is it the NIL? Is it parity? What's going on with so many upsets that happened this past week?
Well, it's still relatively early in the season too, and the difference, we always say about NFL in college is for the fact the NFL, you got those preseason games, so you kind of know like what your team looking like. We got teams like when you had that ranking, you really don't know who's the top dogs until you really get about 4 or 5 games into the season, and now you really at that point where you're starting to see who's who. Because you look at if you go back to the preseason ranking, we have Florida State ranked at 10. They're not even in the top 25. I think they 1-4, 1-5. I think they maybe got 2 wins yet. I don't know, but still,
I think they 1-5.
1-5. I'm gonna say they 1-5 because they only So and they came in the season ranked 10. So you really don't know who you got until you really get on that field and you start playing games. In the same way, like I want to say, like Kansas, they was in that top 25 and they only got 1 win on the season. They 1-5 as well. But it definitely much more parity, and that's what NIL has brought to the table. It brought parity to the sport. But you still got the top dogs. The top dogs gonna always be the top dogs because they're gonna have more. They're gonna have more collectives, and they're gonna be able to generate more money to pay. Same way, for example, like Tennessee next year, they adding a 10% fee on their ticket sales, and that 10% is going to go to the pot to pay players. So It's all about who got the most money to pay. But again, more schools got money, so some players just gonna go where the money is, and it's gonna help teams out.
Yeah. Vic, I know you into college football, so if you got any comments or questions for him as well, and then Mike, if you got any questions, y'all go right ahead.
He had already you had already asked him the question about the parity, and that's what I think it is more so this college football season. He had touched on something I was going to get to, the lack of exhibition games in college football. That always put some teams behind the 8 ball. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it always is. Like my Notre Dame, we came out there and we lost to Northern Illinois, and they have not won a game since.
Has not.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's just how this stuff is, though, bro. Like it's parity. It's like basically any given Saturday, kind of like the NFL nowadays with that Neil money. Any given Saturday, anybody can be beat, bro, by anybody nowadays. It's so crazy. I'm looking at Army and Navy. Their offensive capable of putting up points on anybody, bro. It's like it's so much parity in college football. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
It makes for some great television on the weekends where you're gonna see those big upsets like last week. You had us going down to Vanderbilt, but you had Texas A&M whipping up on Missouri.
Oh, that was ugly. Yeah,
that was ugly. That was real ugly.
That was ugly.
You got Michigan taking their second loss of the season.
Yeah.
USC taking their second loss. So.
But the one thing I know is with the NCAA expanding the playoffs, it's not as big as an impact as the previous seasons. And so for Alabama to lose, we still believe they're going to be in the playoff system. So it's not that big of a deal. What you think, Devontae?
Well, yes and no.
Okay.
Because that loss we don't supposed to have. So you can afford losses, but it's the right losses that you kind of can afford. You know what I'm saying? So because we still got a season to go. So for example, when we take this L to Vandy, but 3 weeks from now when we play, Ole Miss, and when we gotta go, play, Tennessee.
Yeah.
If we take those two L's plus the Vandy, that's 3 losses. We're not gonna get in the playoffs. Let's call it.
Y'all are. I still think y'all got the on y'all side. Alabama found a way to get in the playoffs.
You can't say that. You always had the thing like Nick Saban, but we don't. I never believe that. I felt like last year I felt like we deserved to be in there. No matter who. You can argue it up and down. Some people believe that we got in there because of Nick Saban, but okay, take that out the picture. He's not there anymore. It's a whole new coaching staff. Well, it's a few hangovers, but most of it is a whole new coaching staff. So you talking about not having that glorified head coach and take 3 losses? I don't believe we be in there.
So
I don't do that.
You trying to tell me it's a Nick Saban effect? So he was affecting.
That's what some would say that based off of his name recognition, it helped us get in over Florida State last year. I don't believe that. I think our resume speaks for itself, but
that's not that. You know what? Hey, that don't sound too far from the truth. Like the Nick Saban might have had some influence. You a homer, so I know you ain't gonna rock with it.
It's a lot of conspiracy theories out there. They'll say Nick Saban. They'll say ESPN. because ESPN now has the SEC network.
Yeah.
And they, and ABC has show SEC games that they got the media deal with at the SEC. So and ESPN is the one who actually put on the college football playoff. So it's all of those conspiracy theories out there. But
okay. Well, listen, man. He's going to be coming on weekly, breaking down the NCAA. Man, I appreciate you coming on this week. We didn't touch on Colorado. We always know that's a hot topic.
They got some big ones this week. So this week we got some big games. We got Oregon, Ohio State, and you got the Red River rivalry with Texas and Oklahoma. But Colorado, they got Kansas State this week, so that should be an interesting one. That's because Kansas State ranked, I want to say 18.
Okay.
So we'll see what they put up. They started 4-1. They started 4-1 last year. So I said going into the season they would get 6. They'd get to a bowl game. So they on track. We'll see what they finish out.
Yeah.
And I think they will get to that 6. I think they'll get to that 6. I think looking at their schedule, they got 2 more that they got to get to, which should be dubs. They should win over Arizona and they should win over Kansas. So they should get to the 6. But we see how they look coming off their bye week this week.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is our college analyst, Devontae Piggy, checking in with us. Thank you, brother. Right. We'll check in with you next week, dog.
All right. Take care, y'all.
All right, brother.
Piggy. Now we're going to move on. We got a big boxing match coming on this Saturday. In my opinion, the names are not as big as the Canelos or the Terrence Crawfords or Errol Spencers, but this light heavyweight championship bout, it intrigues me. Dmitry Bivol whooped on Canelo before, which I loved. And so I'm looking forward to seeing this match. I got a special guest.
Is it me?
Is that me? I don't know. Can y'all hear me good?
We can hear you, but we get some background from somewhere.
Okay.
Let's see the man.
Hold on 1 second. Technical difficulty.
I can't hear you.
There's something going on. I hear you.
Yeah, we hear you, but it's something going on.
I can't hear you at all.
He can't hear us, but we can hear him.
I can hear them. I can hear y'all, but I can't hear you.
Tell him go out and come back in.
Hey, I'm gonna go out and come back in, Al. It's the same thing. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yep.
He just can't hear you, Al.
The host with the most.
Nope, I can't hear you at all. Can y'all hear Al?
No, I can't. I can't right
now.
now.
I can't hear him no more either.
No, we can't hear nothing you saying, man.
Am I back? Am I back?
Yeah, you back now.
Hey, we back in the
There we
building.
go. There we go.
They messed up the church's money, man.
Damn.
Welcome to the show, brother. We got a big fight going on, man. Dmitry, Bivol, Artur, Beterbiev. I'm intrigued. 2 undefeated fighters, undisputed on the line.
Okay. Yeah, we got Beterbiev, who is 20-0, 20 KOs. Dmitry Bivol, who is 23-0, who just beat Canelo recently, that got 12 KOs.
Yes.
We got 2 Russian fighters. The number 1 and number 2 in the light heavyweight division. And the winner's supposed to be fighting David Benavidez and David Morrell, the winner of those 2. Yes. It's going to be a good one. I think they 175 pounders, both of them. And I'm going to put my money on Bivol because he's more basic, like the Tim Duncan of the game. I feel like nobody can beat him unless you Roy Jones, and there's only one Roy Jones.
I totally agree with you. Beterbiev, he wants to brawl.
Yeah.
And I think Bivol is a boxer, and I think he's going to give Artur Beterbiev a problem.
Bivol is the younger one. He's younger. Yeah. I think he's 34. Beterbiev is on the 40 version, but he's a young 40. You know, he hasn't took any punishment. He's knocking everybody else. He's knocking everybody out.
So, when you look at this fight, is there anything in particular that you're looking forward to as far as stylistically, or anything stylistically you're looking forward for this fight?
I want to see how Beterbiev can try his best to get Bivol out of that Tim Duncan, the 1-2, straight fundamentals. I don't think he's gonna be able to get him out of that. That's what I'm gonna be looking for, to see if he can shake Bivol up into doing something else. That's the only way he can win, if he can shake Bivol up.
Do you think this fight goes the distance?
I see Bivol stopping Beterbiev in the 7th, 8th round. Wow.
I think it's going to go the distance, and I think he's going to win unanimous decision. I think Bivol and Canelo went to decision, and so I think if he couldn't get Canelo out of there, who's naturally a smaller fighter, I think he's going to go the distance with Beterbiev.
Beterbiev haven't fought in, I think, 2.5 years, I believe. It's been a while. I haven't seen him in about a year or so. They keep postponing his fight. Right. They supposed to fought a long time ago, but he's a 40-year-old man that's still fighting. So, Father Time is never defeated.
Facts.
So he's kind of on the end of a career that he started late.
Are you going anywhere to watch the fight?
That's my birthday, so shoot, I'll be at the crib watching it.
Okay, happy early birthday.
Happy birthday, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I got a great matchup on my birthday, so I'm rocking with it. And Turkey Alley Sheik put it on for $20.
I'm buying it.
$20. A great card.
Yeah, and he's been talking like he wants to make a whole lot of changes in the boxing game.
Yeah, he want to buy it all. He want to buy a PBC. He want to buy a Golden Boy, and he want to buy a top rank and make it like it's what you call that, Monopoly. He want to make it like it's a Monopoly.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start getting a whole lot of good fights, which we have been getting from.
That's what I heard he want to do. He want to make it like the basketball where and everybody has to fight each other. Ain't no ducking.
And he putting 3 or 4 fights, great fights, on one card. And we usually have, the main event and a bunch of scrubs on the match. He's been hooking it up.
Right. That's good stuff.
I feel like the only bad part is it's in Saudi Arabia, where it comes on about 4 or 5 p.m. Where us, we like the nightlife. We want to watch about 7, 8, or 9 o'clock.
Right.
So I guess it's pros and cons dealing with it.
For sure. Well, listen, man, I had to bring you back on after we see the fight and see what happened and break it down.
Oh yeah, I'm here for it. I got Tim Duncan of the game though winning it.
Bivol. CJ James, thank you for coming on, my brother. We catch you on the next one.
I appreciate y'all. See y'all later.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for the info.
Boxing specialist CJ James got the fight coming on. I don't know what it was, man. When he came on, my clarity got crazy. Like I feel like
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
CJ messed up the church's money, man. We got to find out, man, what's going on over there. Was his internet connection, man? He messed up the whole thing. I'm sounding clear now. When he was on, I had an echo and everything. Like, what's going on, my brother? But no, I appreciate that brother coming on, breaking it down, man. He's actually fought, did some boxing, some legit boxing, and so I know he's real deep in the boxing game. So we're gonna keep him coming for the big fights. We do got a WNBA finals coming up, man. The Lynx versus the Liberty. I know a few. I know Breanna Stewart. I have not. I used to be in it deep, but now I'm not as deep. But I will be watching this finals. Are you watching the finals? And if you are, what are you looking forward to?
I'm definitely gonna check it out. Like I said, I haven't been following them, but it's a championship, series. So it's like, hey, I gotta tune in.
Yeah. Breanna Stewart's been doing it for a while now too, and so I'm definitely interested to see what she brings to the table. And I think because I know her the most, I'm gonna go with the Liberty in the WNBA finals. Who do y'all got real quick? WNBA finals, Liberty or the Lynx?
I got the Lynx.
Mike Miller got the Lynx.
I got the Liberty, man. I had the Aces to repeat, but they got knocked out, so I got the Liberty.
There it is. Remember, everybody who's watching, if you want to support the show, please go to YouTube, subscribe, follow us, send stars, follow us on Facebook, IG, TikTok. Merch always available. Hoodie season is here. If you want the hoodies, message me. We'll ship that out to you. I do not have a scripture of the day. Nothing has hit me, so I'm not just going to come on here and say anything. No scripture of the day today, but maybe next Wednesday or Sunday, after the Bears 8:30 game, we'll be I have something for you. Other than that, we're gonna see y'all. I will be probably getting with y'all Sunday after the Bears and Jags in London. KC, thank you, my brother. Vic, thank y'all.
Appreciate you, bro. Always a pleasure, bro. Always.
Appreciate you.
I'll catch y'all on the next one. We out.
We lock you low, Allen Pass. It's the Allen Pass Show.